Welcome to the Aligned Soul Woo and the Do Business and Manifestation podcast for entrepreneur women who don't talk about it, they be about it. This is your frequency shift to help you create the most epic business and life of your dreams in all areas because we're about the whole woman here. Today is going to be a kick ass episode. Yes, because we are talking about fear and how to banish fear once and for all. Are you ready for this? Fear is entrepreneur kryptonite, basically. And so today I am going to show you how to make it your biatch. And what we're going to talk about today is what fear is, how to end it forever, the truth behind fear, and some of the things that I did that would feed the fear, and then what I do now to stay in alignment or get back into alignment. All right, so let's talk about fear. What is fear? Fear shows up in a lot of different ways. It can show up in your body, right, where it's making you freeze or it's making you kind of like not move and take the action that you know you need to take. It can show up as procrastination. It can show up as anxiety. It can show up in so many different ways. But basically, fear is stopping you from moving, doing, saying, the different things that you know you were meant to say, do, or move. And the question that I get all of the time is, well, how do I get rid of fear? How do I get rid of it forever? And so I've got a secret for you. The truth is, you will never get rid of fear. You will never get rid of fear. Yeah, I know. I know. It was a clickbait. Yeah, I know. You will never get rid of fear. Listen, it's so important for you to remember this. You will never get rid of fear. It's just you're going to shift and change the way you respond to it and what you do when it comes up. This is going to not banish fear once and for all, but it will, I guess, for lack of a better word, make it your biatch. It's going to be something that you won't allow to stop you anymore. Because fear is entrepreneurial kryptonite. When you aren't saying what you're meant to say and you know you need to say, that stops your dream clients from coming in. When you aren't making the moves that you know you are meant to do, that you know your soul is calling for you to do, you're like, I need to do that, I need to do that, but I'm so scared. When you're doing that, you are slowing the growth and the expansion of your business vision, and you're not really living by your mission. And so, what's important for you to remember is that, okay, if fear is not going to go away, what do I do? And what you do is you take the keys away from fear. Take back the driver keys, put fear in the passenger side, and move through it with fear in the passenger side. Remember, fear is a rider, not the driver. When you let fear drive, that's what stops you, freezes you, makes you not say the things you desire to say because you've given fear power over you. You are the leader. You are the author, the director of your show, and you are the star. Fear is a side chick, it is a co-star, it's the little boogeyman, the villain, or whatever you want to call it. It is just popping up to pop back down. And so some of the things that I was doing when that fed fear in me, for example, I had a really big month. It's a powerful, amazing, I think I was about 60 something thousand dollars. And I had moved, I had bought my Tesla, like I was feeling good about life. Had this really big month. And then all of a sudden the fear turned from, well, can I, have these really big months, blah, 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 to can I consistently maintain them? And what is going to happen if they don't come back again? What if no one ever buys again? And instead of seeing that fear and then continuing to move forward, I started to feed that fear. I started to fix things that didn't need fixing. I started to focus and just really focus on all the things that I needed to fix so that I could have this again. That fed the fear, that made it worse, that put me in freeze mode, that put me in a place where I wreaked havoc basically on my nervous system. And so, what I do now, well, once realizing that, let me tell you this story. So, what I did was when I started to realize that I was feeding the fear, making it a gremlin. If you guys ever saw Gremlins, I'm dating myself, but Gremlins, you didn't feed them after a certain time. And if you did feed, they were so cute. They were so cute in the beginning, little things. And then if you gave them like the food after a certain time, or I think water or food or something like that, they would just go crazy and they became gremlins. So what if you saw your fear? It's sweet. It's there to protect you. It thinks that it's keeping you, where you are, keeping you in your comfort zone. It's your mind and your subconscious that wants to keep you safe, right? So fear's purpose was to keep you from running in front of, the woolly mammoth and getting eaten by a dinosaur or whatever. And now fear is to keep you in your comfort zone so that you don't wreak havoc on your nervous system or, hurt yourself and all of those things. If you remember that it's the cute little thing before it becomes the gremlin, right? And it's there to protect you and remind yourself that, okay, well, I'm the one running my life. I'm the one deciding the moves that I make. I'm the one that has decided to do this big business, have this big vision, have this big dream. I decided that. And I know this little sweet thing called fear wants to protect me. And I'm going to put you in the passenger side and I'm going to drive and take you with me as we move through this. And I show you it's not so scary. Because once you move through the fear, it dissipates and disappears because you're like, oh, this didn't kill me. Oh, this didn't hurt me. Okay. And so when I decided that, okay, I'm going to first stop focusing on all of this negativity and trying to fix myself. There's nothing to be fixed. There's a lot more that's working for me and working in my favor than not. Coming back to the truth of this is working for me. 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 Shifting that frequency, moving through and doing the things that I was afraid to do. No more procrastination, doing them. I let fear become my green light. Anytime I find that I'm afraid of something, or can I do this again, or anything that is a fear based conversation, I take that as a green light that that's the direction I need to go in. So if you find yourself afraid to do live streams or afraid to, talk to this level client, afraid to double your prices, afraid. Take all of that as green lights to say, yes, that's what I get to do. I get to do this. This is the next step. This is showing me that I'm afraid. So there's something on the other side of that fear, something bigger, something expanded, something that's going to make me the best, most amazing, even more than I already am in my business life and in relationships. And so I am going to do it and go do it because that's what I do now. Anytime I see something that it's drawing fear in me, I get excited. I'm like, okay, woo, that's interesting. I'm a little afraid to do that. That's interesting that I'm nervous that this is gonna do here, this is gonna do that. And then what did I do? I decide to do it. I move through the fear with fear as a beautiful non-gremlin sitting in the side seat of the passenger side. I don't feed it water. I don't give it food after was it midnight or whatever. I decide that I get to live my most amazing life and that I'm the writer and director and star of my show, not fear. So today's question is, what is the thing that you are scared to do that you're going to commit to doing today? What is the thing that you have been procrastinating or so scared to do that you're committing to do it today. So that is me. That's how you make fear your biatch and decide that it is no longer going to be kryptonite stopping you from having the most amazing business in life that you know you are meant to have. All right. As always, remember to send me your topics, things that you want me to riff on, and you can email me at wooandthedo@anahob.com. Subscribe to this amazing podcast. Leave a 5-star review so that more people can find this podcast. Don't forget to sign up for my free email series. This is your frequency shift to help you create the business and the total life of your dreams because you are a whole woman and you get to have it all. And on that note, hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Remember, don't talk about it. Be about it and be her now.